Hey everyone. Hope you're all doing well. Friday night. Bit unusual, but here we are. What can I say? Sometimes life's better without schedules, and that's why we're here on a Friday. The fact that you're joining me here tonight means you agree. 65 viewers already. That's great. Let's turn the music down. Yeah. Well, here we are. So, what are we? 30th of August, 2024. Can you believe it's already the end of August? Yeah. Thanks for joining us on this unusual Friday night. We had a busy week, Riz and myself, covering lots of things around the country. But, no, so glad to be here tonight with you all. So, speaking of the man himself, here he is, Mr. Riz Akhtar from Carloop. Hello, Riz. How are you?
Hey, Tom. As you said, life without schedules. And for some of our listeners and viewers tonight, we'll sort of maybe explain that joke a little bit later on, based on what we saw earlier in the week, and part of the reason why we have our live stream on a Friday night. I mean, where else would you be?
Exactly. No excuses tonight. No school tomorrow. Well, for most of you, and hopefully no work as well. And Riz, you prove every week you're with me that live streams are better with a co-host. Always. So thank you for being here.
Right.
And thank you for sponsoring the channel as well. Thank you to Carloop, to Riz, to Mark, and the rest of the team at Carloop. Appreciate all your support you give us every week. All right. Yeah, speaking of launches, let's do this one before we get on with the rest of the show. Actually, let's say hello to our viewers first. Let's do that. It's always good to have you guys every week, especially on a Friday night. Something different, but a bit of a different feel, isn't it, Riz? Bit of a cooler vibe tonight, hopefully. Everyone's a bit more chilled. So, yeah. Let's say hello to our viewers.
That's it. Weekend's here and something to look forward to. So, yeah, thank you for joining us. Tom, take it away.
All right. So we've got Aaron. Hey, Aaron, thanks for joining us. Thank you, Murray from Western Sydney. Yeah, very warm today in Sydney. I'm wearing shorts at the moment, actually. Very nice and warm. Sometimes, seasons are better without winter. That's how I feel anyway. Mark says there's actually a competition at ChargeFox at the moment to win a home charger. Requesting the best worst joke using the words Jet and Fox. And his effort is the group Jet were playing at the Fox and Hound pub. My mate asked me, what are you doing here? Getting charged. Nice one. Thank you, Sensei, for highlighting that, yes, we've reached 33,000 subscribers on the channel. Yay. Over 9 million channel views. Couldn't have done it without you guys, so appreciate it. Yeah, we'll see. 100,000 subs, eh? That'd be nice, Riz. Get that pla going. We'll see what happens, in the next few years. Yeah, thank you, Tassie Evie. Bit cold in Hobart at the moment, looks like. Thank you, Tassie Thalasine. Also, they're saying the same thing. Thank you, Strolling Sydney. Thanks for joining us. Hello, Oscreamer from Canberra. Hello, Midge from Western Sydney. Hello, Elizabeth. Yeah, thanks, Sensei. Yes, if you want to gift memberships tonight, that's fine. They appreciate your support. Thank you, Joyce. Sorry, I'm pronouncing your name wrong every week. I'll get it right one day. Hello, Gaffer. Nice to see you. And hello, Sydney Evie. Yeah, Friday night special. Why not? And hello, Shalendra. Nice to see you as well. Hello, Hal. Hello, Justin KD. Hello there. Yeah, thank you. Stay positive with Maurice. Thank you very much. Yes, Aaron hints at the smart #5 launch that Riz and I were at. We'll chat about that later on. That's why we couldn't do Wednesday this week. Yes, hi, Peter. This is unexpected. Yes, Friday night, definitely. And hey, Stan from Kangaroo Island, doing a 5-week trip around Australia. Great. Looking forward to your updates, hopefully, on social media. Justin's in his new BYD C-Line 6 Premium. Fantastic. Excellent. Ooh. Nice. Hello, Stuart. Nice to see you. Yes, Gaffer, this is the call. Live streams are best with an audience. 100%. Definitely. Hey, Richard, nice to see you. Yeah, I was the madman that made you the moderator. I trust you enough now, so you better behave yourself. Nice to see you all. Oh, hello. Yes. All right. So great. Oh, okay. I'll call you Joe. Thanks for that. Much appreciated. Yep. Thank you so much. Hey, Charles. Nice to see you. Nice to see you there. Cool. All right. Well, let's get on with the show. We'll start off with actually this launch, Riz. This is sent to me by Neil, one of our viewers, Neil, who had a late inclusion. This is launched in Adelaide tonight. So it's hot off the press. This is the, well, you probably guess what
Ladies
this is.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for your attendance here this evening.
I'll tell you what it is.
This is a very
get the audio working
for us and a special moment for MG Motors.
So the audio is not working, but this is essentially, if you want to listen to an audio podcast. Can you hear that, Riz, or not really?
Adelaide City MG.
Oh, you can? Okay.
We'd like to present to you this amazing piece of machinery. The MG Cyberster.
I'm glad you can hear that because I can't hear it. For some reason, I can't hear my own video. But yes, obviously that's the MG Cyberster, which I actually haven't touched yet and felt and stroked. But yeah, it looks really nice. Maybe life's better with scissor doors. But looks pretty good, Riz. Once again, MG, if you're watching tonight or listening, we still need this car to take a little road trip with. Looks pretty cool. Riz, is it better in person or is it better in pictures? You tell me. You've seen this.
It's better in person. It is definitely sort of the best that they've released so far in terms of a halo car. Very comfortable seats, very driver focused. In the way it looks, obviously I haven't had a chance to drive it, so MG, David and the team, if you're listening, get Tom into one and he'll do Sydney to Canberra and back. So yeah, I think hopefully we'll see some deliveries or at least some press cars before the end of the year.
That's right. Yeah, hopefully my XPeng test drive around the eastern suburbs of Sydney makes the MG team a bit jealous and everyone else. You know, what we can do for you with these test drives and the view count. It's been pretty well received so far and lots of comments. So that's what you can expect with engagement with our beautiful audience watching tonight and every other video that we do. So MG, please give us one to test drive. Would be really appreciated. Okay. All right. What's going on? Hope she's okay. What are you guys talking about? Ouch, is she okay? I don't know. Did we say something? Don't know.
No, I'm not sure.
Christopher Hunt. Oh, sorry, this comment here. Wife's MG had a major blowout. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. On its rear tire doing 110 on the freeway. Oh, sorry. Yes, I hope she's all right. That's terrible. Okay, well, keep us informed of that. Okay, she's okay. That's good. Hard to handle, though. Yeah. Okay, well, stay safe on the roads, everyone, including yourself, Christopher, and wife. All right, so let's move on with tonight's show. So, Riz, your slides are back, or your charts, talking used Tesla Model 3 listings in 2024. We're seeing a bit of a upward trend in the last few months.
Well, it's the best time to buy one if you're looking for a bargain used Model 3. As it appears, the prices have now dipped below 30,000. There were a couple listed for under 30,000 last week. And it appears that it's sort of going to stay that way, especially if the number of Model 3s being listed stays that high. So a good time to buy if you're thinking about one or a second car replacing an ICE car. Have a look on, used car listing websites like car sales, and you may find relatively affordable, only a couple of years old Model 3 for around about 30 grand. So yeah, good time to buy. That's the lowest that we've sort of seen them.
Yeah, this doesn't surprise me, Riz, because the media can't stop talking about the fact that EVs have suffered a lot of depreciation. So obviously the flip side is that there's lots of cheaper EVs on the market, as we're seeing over the last 6 months. So yeah, secondhand EVs are the way to go. Looks like lots to choose from. Cool. All right, that's good to see. Thanks, Riz. Appreciate that. Now, we don't call Riz Hollywood Riz for no reason, because this week he's appeared on international radio. Check this out. So Riz told me he was a guest, I think, on CBC Listen in Canada. Riz, what were you guys chatting about?
So I got a call, being in Byron Bay, you get a call from Canadian Broadcasting Corporation wanting to know how Aussies are doing with Chinese EVs. And because they've just had tariffs put on their basically electric vehicles that are being imported from China. 100%, I think it is. And it's the reasoning behind it sort of, protecting the local industry. But I was pretty blunt with them. I said, you're only delaying the inevitable. So, we seem to have quite a few Chinese electric cars, and even the Teslas are made there. So they were particularly interested in BYD. They're obviously reading a lot of headlines internationally, what's going on. So, yeah, quite unique to sort of randomly be contacted for something like this. But clearly they must have seen, Tom, that you and I were in China and just wanted to know what's really going down. And I also mentioned that we were, in Byron Bay with having a look at the Smart #5 being launched. Anyone else that's interested, that's listening or watching a live stream, you can check that out. Tom's already uploaded the video of that #5 launch. But yeah, a lot of Chinese EVs coming into the market. We've had a global unveil of one right here in Australia for brand new EV. So Australia is the hot market for Chinese EVs, and I guess we're going to benefit, and Canadian consumers may not see the same benefits as we do.
Yeah, no, Riz, this is not random at all. You know, you were selected, hand-picked by Canadian radio for a reason. Come on, don't be so humble. But yeah, I mean, last time I checked, I don't think there are many Canadian cars, made in Canada cars. Is that right?
Yeah, there aren't too many of those, but my understanding is there's a couple of manufacturers that do make cars in Canada. Um, but I'm not sure if Volkswagen or one of the larger ones, they definitely have a couple of plants there.
Mm,
But that protectionism doesn't get you very far. They were surprised to know that BYD is already testing cars in Canada. So we know about it sitting right here in Australia. And um, yeah, I said to them it's only a matter of time before
mm.
these companies decide to set up shop. And I said it's not the first time. The Japanese did it in the 70s and 80s.
Exactly. History's repeating itself. Yeah, I think the consumer demand will be strong. Like all they need to do is log on YouTube and watch. Suddenly, as you said, Australia is like the really hot test bed now for Chinese cars in our country to launch them and see how they go and which ones do better than the others. And XPeng, Zika. We've got Smart over the last few days. Yeah, lots for the Canadians, the Europeans, the Americans to watch. And yeah, we'll see what happens, particularly with those markets. Yeah, I mean, obviously, Canada being so close to the US, obviously influenced by them as well. So, yeah, I can understand from that point of view. We've got Tassie EV saying there are some cars made in Canada, all in Ontario for the most part. And I think he would. Here we go. There's a comment. Here we go. Hollywood Riz. He says on my station, I grew up in Canada. CBC. There you go. Very good. Okay, so Oscar says there's an EV plant, the EV van plant there. Apparently, GM. Okay, and Joe says Ford and GM have factories in Canada too, so I can't imagine it's very big at the moment, but something to protect maybe. Cool. All right. Well, thanks, Riz. Great work. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you more on other international radio stations. Hey, keep
You
us
never
posted.
know, Tom. If I keep getting featured on the live stream here, you never know that it's endless possibilities. So
This is where it all begins here on Ludicrous Feed
that's
Live.
it.
We launch people's careers. All right. Well, let's move on with what we were talking about earlier, which is, of course, the launch of the Smart #5, which happened in Byron Bay on Wednesday night, 2 nights ago. That's why we couldn't do the live stream, because Riz and I were there at the global launch. Global launch. That's right. How often do you get to attend a global launch of anything, Riz, let alone an EV, right?
That's it. And it was quite interesting to see the number of international journalists. I mean, there's one sitting in the car right now. And yeah, was quite unique to be involved in such um, an event where I never thought that we'd see the day where we'll have a EV launching in Australia. Everybody keeps saying that Australia's far behind on EV adoption, and it sounds like we're surpassing US and Canada with the way things are.
I know it's yeah, it's turned around very quickly, hasn't it? It hasn't taken long for China to go, Australia is probably one of the last few Western markets to actually launch these vehicles in. So it's good to see. I mean, this car, the #5, and we have to call them hashtag, by the way. #1, #3, #5. We're #blessed to have them in Australia now. But this is quite a big vehicle, 4.7 meters. So we're talking Model Y size. And the aim is to look rugged, to look adventurous. Life's better without corners, clearly. It's very boxy, but in a cool, sexy way. And it just feels like, it wants to go. They said themselves off-roading, so I don't know whether this can, but we'll see what happens, with some real-world testing later on.
That's it. I mean, I think they think that Australia is the land of many adventures. So they launched it very close. I mean, this resort where it was at, I think it was Crystal Brook on Byron. It's not far from the beach itself, and apparently we might have missed this, Tom, but there was a bit of a bushwalk with
Yes.
some lanterns that we didn't really. I think by the time we got there, it had already happened with some of the other media there. So really trying to blend this car in with the nature, and yeah, I thought it was pretty well put together. The whole sort
Mm.
of story behind it, and getting the designers there to talk about the car, and yeah, getting global media out here puts Byron Bay on the map for sure.
Yeah, you might have seen in my video, guys. You know, it was quite a fancy do. Like we had 100 international guests from across the world: Australia, Asia, Europe. Lots of vloggers like this gentleman here with their cameras and things. Just panning around the car and getting really excited about it. I felt quite placid actually with my camera, but these guys were really into it. They can really sell a car. So, they're worth every dollar they spent on these guys and girls to bring them down here. But yes, Australia, I think the Chinese really relate to it because they love the fact, well, they feel Australia is, like the sense of adventure they want to encapsulate in their vehicles. Byron Bay, it's organic, it's nature, it's the bush. As Riz said, some of the media went for a bushwalk onto the beach. They love that kind of stuff. I mean, we take it for granted here in Australia, right? We've got this everywhere, but the media love this stuff, and I think it works well for a car like the #5, which is what they're trying to embody. So great work, Byron Bay. Great work, Australia. We've got a global launch of an EV, so that's good.
Now, Tom, there's a special edition that came with this car as well. That is even more hardcore for adventuring. It was quite interesting to sort of see that as well and sort of how it can be kitted out.
Yep.
I think, they sort of indicated that we may see this car second half of next year. Now that it's been unveiled, our audience and others that are joining us, if you see one being tested somewhere,
Yes.
slightly boxy looking EVs, take a few snaps and tag Tom or myself in there, and we'll be tracking how this car eventually makes it into the showrooms and hopefully into customers' hands by next year.
Don't just tag us, hashtag us, #5. Yeah,
Hashtag 5 times.
that's right.
Hashtag us.
We got a lot of comments about and questions about specs. They were a little bit light on detail, I've got to say. So obviously they haven't fleshed it all out just yet, including the pricing. So don't ask us too many things because we don't know ourselves. The press release doesn't say much. The presentation didn't say too much apart from the fact there's 800-volt architecture, 100 kilowatt-hour battery. So it's a pretty heavy vehicle. And apparently it can go off-road and glamping and all that stuff. But one thing it does have is the projector on the front, which I made sure I documented in my video. It's literally, you can see it in this picture here, it's coming out from the front of the vehicle and projects onto a screen there. It's more detail in my video, so check that one out too. Yeah, that's right. And what else? There's not many vehicles like this in this space, so this is quite unique for EVs anyway. Yeah, that's a good point, Tassie, about snow. Yeah, don't know. Should go on snow, I would have thought.
I think what Smart indirectly said was, car without a projector is not worth buying. So I think for all the rest of us that don't have a projector with our cars, we might have to buy an aftermarket accessory to be able to project things. But it is a cool concept, though. I'm not sure about how big the market is for that sort of outdoor projection, but it's basically you carry your drive-in cinemas with you.
That's right. Sennheiser 2 kilowatt sound system, so essentially taking up 2 kilowatts of power as you're using it. So it's pretty hungry. What else? Yeah, it's. I think it should do well. I think for some people. We'll see what happens anyway. Justin asks, how was the hotel breakfast? This is a really crucial question. That's all I'm in for. The hotel breakfast, hospitality. Watch my coming video. Not this one that just launched, but I'm releasing another one for the #1 and #3 with drive impressions being embargoed until next week. So I can't tell you anything too much about that just yet, but I documented all that in that second video. So watch out for that one. So that is the #5, everyone. So yeah, glad you were able to follow us along on social media and on the videos as well. I can probably give you information about the #1 and 3 from a pricing point of view, because we did also have the Australian launch on the same day in Brisbane at the Mercedes-Benz dealership in Breakfast Creek. Now that is an impressive building. It is 4 stories. It's got a gym. It's got office space. It's got everything. A smart little section, literally. AMGs, you name it. Everything was there.
Oh yeah, it was very impressive. I mean, it makes the Melbourne Rolls-Royce dealership look a bit tiny compared to what this thing was. Very, very well put together facility, and the event that there, I think, is Mandy, who is the Chief Marketing Officer for Smart globally. They also had the Chief Financial Officer and the Chief Product Officer attend as well. Both the Brisbane unveil, I guess, or the launch of #1 and #3, as well as being at Byron Bay for the #5 reveal as well. So yeah, they really, she was very clear in saying that they think the Australian market is right for something like the smart products.
Yep.
And it really goes to show how much effort the Geely Group, which is the 50% in this smart joint venture alongside Mercedes-Benz, takes the Australian market. So it's going to be very interesting now that Europe has tariffs and US obviously as well. How all of these cars compete in the space. So we've got the Volvo EX30, we've got the Smarts, we will have the Zeekr X, and there's obviously multiple other brands. XPeng, obviously, with the G6 that you recently put a video up as well, Tom. It's going to get very, very good from a choice point of view, which is good for consumers. I mean, there's so many quality EVs now that are in the market. It's anyone's pick as to who the winners are going to be next year.
Absolutely. This is a really tight space, this sort of small compact SUV / big hatchback. And it's actually being dominated by Geely at the moment, save for maybe the MG4 and BYD Atto 3 or Dolphin. This, I personally like the number 3, the #3 over the #1. I think this appeals to me more. 4.4 meters in length, pretty zippy. I won't say too much more than that, but really nice to drive. More impressions coming, of course, and quite nice looking as well. And obviously another Geely kind of car in collaboration with Mercedes-Benz. So really, Riz, as you said, a lot of these cars are being collaborated with European designers. So if you want a Sino-German vehicle, you'll pick Smart. If you want a Sino-Swedish car, you'll pick Polestar or Volvo. If you want a Sino-Spanish car, you might pick Zeekr. We know they've got a Spanish designer at the helm. Or if you want a Sino car, you can just pick Geely straight, right? So it's your pick at the moment. There's lots going on. Riz, which one did you prefer, the 1 or the 3?
I quite like the 3, the way it's sort of styled and designed as well, like you, Tom. But there was a Brabus edition as well.
Yes.
But I don't know if you really need that sort of power in this type of car. And yeah, there's sort of a hint of the pricing itself. So #3, of course, is priced, conveniently $3,000 more at every variant, pretty much, compared to the #1. Slightly bigger car. And I think it's probably a bigger market for the #3 anyway.
Yeah, that's right. I think the 3 will probably do better, personally. The pricing's actually not too bad, considering Zeekr haven't announced their pricing for the X. Volvo EX30 starts at $59. This is kind of undercutting that car with $57,900. Not a bad package for the Pro Plus, although I suspect Premium most people will go for just for the extra trim. And Brabus, like I said, is an extra motor, all-wheel drive for an extra $9,000. Considering this is a city car, it's probably not necessary, but then again, what performance vehicle is necessary, right? This is kind of going to compete with the X-Power MG4. But yeah, good to have that option, of course. And let me just see, Giles in The Driven has also written an article, so this is good to have a look at too if you guys get a chance later on. 66 kilowatt hour battery, range between 400 to 440 kilometers for the #3, I think it is, he was saying. Oh, they were both 1 and 3 will be 66, yep. The Brabus option will be 0 to 100 in 3.7 seconds, which I think they told us at the dinner will be the most affordable EV with that speed, I think, with the performance in Australia.
Yeah, the 3.7 seconds they claim. I mean, I've pointed out that the X-Power is pretty close to it, and it's, over 10 grand. It's, what is X-Power now? Is under 60 grand, 59,990 drive away.
Yep.
So it's more like a 55 grand car. So sort of the base variant of the #3 is what the X-Power is.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah, anyway, I think still good to have many options, and I guess EVs can go fast. So yeah, we'll see when the full drive reviews do come out, Tom. And yeah, obviously driving through the Gold Coast hinterland and got to go around a fair few curves and high speed, sort of medium to high speed roads as well. So yeah, look forward to that review when it comes out.
Yeah, should be fun. Yeah, when you guys have a look at that. Yeah, these ranges are WOTP. Thanks for clarifying that, Tassie EV. So yeah, Giles's article sums it up quite well. Yeah, interesting about the warranty. The powertrain's eight years, but the actual vehicle is only 5 years. So yeah, bit different from the others. Yeah, okay. Did I mention battery chemistry? Yes, I think they're all NMC from
Yeah.
memory from the launch. Cool. Cool. That is #1, #3, and #5 done. Thanks again to LSH Auto for inviting me and Riz to the event. Great to be able to witness all that, so appreciate it. And thanks to Smart also for hosting that fantastic night on Wednesday. All right, so let's push on with some more news. Of course, what live stream that me and Riz run would be without the Cybertruck, right? So yeah, maybe life is better without curves, as the Cybertruck has shown. Let's have a look. So this could possibly be the most useful mod or wrap or whatever you want to call it, mod that I've seen for the Cybertruck. This is Tesla Tina, which I've actually met, a lovely gentleman living in America, also an influencer as well. But this is his mod of the Cybertruck. What do you think?
So this to me is a Summit edition that's already launched. So,
Yeah.
so a truck that's not hasn't got a Summit edition is not worth buying. So this one here is very unique and individualized, and yeah, looks very cool. Off-roading, I guess that was the vibe that the Smart was trying to put out with the #5, but I think this is slightly more rugged.
Yeah, I won't ask whether there's any artillery in that that is packing, but looks pretty hardcore. We want to mess with that in Woolies car park, that's for sure. So thanks a lot, Tesla Tina, for sharing that. And here's actually a rare glimpse of what the Cybertruck would look like up against another ute, such as the BYD Shark. I don't know how this was caught, but this is pretty cool. The BYD Shark is supposed to be coming to Australia very soon. Plug-in hybrid ute, and it looks to be fairly comparable to the Cybertruck in size and height.
And they're worried about Chinese EVs making it into North America. Unless this was taken on the other side in South America, near Mexico, or something like that. I think this is pretty legit. It's there already. So yeah, I think more ruggedness, where BYD is a little bit more conventional. I'd be very interested to see, because I saw some other stuff come out of New Zealand last week saying that they think they're going to have some deliveries before the end of this year of the Shark.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I guess we'll wait to see. We haven't heard too much more from the Australian crew yet. So yeah, quite interesting to see it parked next to a Cybertruck, unless of course it is AI generated or something like that. But hard for me to tell.
Who knows, right? We may not even be here. I mean, you can't tell anything these days. Everything could be simulated. I definitely shook your hand in Byron Bay, so I knew you were there. Unless I wasn't there either, then maybe you weren't there too. I mean, it's really hard to know these days.
We're living in a virtual world.
Who knows, right? I don't even know if this audience is real or not, but you guys are awesome if you're not real. You're the best fake audience ever. Yeah. Ausgrid is saying Shark is out in Mexico, apparently. So
Right.
there you go.
Yeah.
Charles is saying, I don't think I've seen a customized Cybertruck that doesn't look infinitely better than when it's plain. Hey, I'm sure they made it plain looking like that, so you can wrap it or mod it or whatever and make it look really awesome. That's what Tesla's good at. It's the minimalistic look that you can, modify and do whatever to it. Okay, so let's keep going. And so, speaking of Tesla, we'll keep going for now. So Tesla's referral program is back in the US. I don't think it's available here in Australia at the moment. Similar kind of thing, get credit or money or whatever. So not sure if it's here in Australia just yet. I don't think so. I've checked recently, but in the US it's there. So presumably it's coming to Australia again. Now this is not quite Tesla news, but this is just a bit different. Apparently this is a Tesla, or a Mercedes SL300 with a Tesla interior, or they've used Tesla parts inside. So let's have a look at this.
You might be wondering why it's got Tesla door handles. This is why. Check it out. It's a Tesla Model 3 on the inside, including the electric engine. Let's pop open the front.
Looks like a Tesla inside, that's for sure. What is that?
So we've got our electric engine, and full Italian leather.
Wow.
Let's check out the back. Futuristic interior at the back, and at night it lights up. And just like a Tesla, we've got a charging port.
And the NACS.
And of course, our Tesla key. This Mercedes 300 SL Tesla costs around $1.6 million. And just like a Tesla, it's got self-driving. What do you guys think?
Okay, so 1.6 mil for that Riz. Just a bit more than my Spectre. Well, not mine, but the one that I had for 6 hours. I don't even know how to begin to do this. Like, how long would this have taken them?
It looks
A long
like one of
time.
those cars that used to be like in auto salon. And, for those car fans that may remember, they would do up all these Japanese and European and American cars and make them look sort of like this car on the inside. And it's really expensive and everything custom. And about 15 years later, you'd see them on car sales for like $5,000 because nobody wanted them. It was just that custom. But yeah, I guess, who knows? I mean, is this electric? Is it not electric? If it's, is it a Tesla? Is it not a Tesla?
Who knows, right? Well, apparently it's got a charge port. But that could mean anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of those, really, what's the word? Like the architecturally designed house designed for someone's taste that cost a lot of money to build, but nobody wants to buy it because you wouldn't want to live there. I kind of feel like this is what this car is. But hey, look, each to their own. If you had fun building it, then hats off to you, my friends. Good for us audience to watch anyway. Thanks. Yeah, Charles is right. There's a lot of time and money spent to mod a car that people will watch for 30 seconds and never think of it again. Yep. Yeah, not wrong. Leon says looks like a tub of mint ice cream. Yeah, nice analogy. Joe says best looking Tesla. Love it. Yeah. Each their own, like I said. Cool. All right, let's keep pushing on. And so a bit more Tesla news. So the Tesla Powerwall 2, of course, was launched 2 weeks ago. Oh, sorry. Tesla Powerwall 3 was launched in Australia 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I did a degradation test on my Powerwall 2, which is now 7 years old. And I recorded 6.2% degradation on the, I guess what they call the usable capacity. Probably more if you take into the whole nominal capacity, but still 6.2%. Let's say 10% with the nominal capacity. So pretty happy after 7 years, better than what the warranty is for. If it drops by more than 30%, they'll give you a new one. So pretty happy with that. Now, talking about XPeng earlier on this evening, Riz. So this is the vehicle that I was lucky enough to drive around the eastern suburbs of Sydney. And yeah, took it around some busy parts at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So pretty busy on the roads, school traffic, people going home. So it was probably quite a good test. That little laneway you saw there, it was a good test to start with the cameras and the sensors to get out of that little laneway. And I thought it performed actually pretty well, Riz. So yeah, no different to what we sort of drove in Melbourne, which is good to see.
A bit more of a drive this time around, Tom. Like I saw the video, and good of Paul from XPeng to sort of share his thoughts as well, who accompanied you. And I think it's a good thing to have this level of vehicle available in the market. There's choice. Some of the things I really liked in there, and obviously I won't spoil it for others, but it's got some really unique features that even the BYDs don't have at the moment. That's going to make your life as an EV driver a whole lot easier. And then all the sensors and the tech on the inside, I think it's the closest to a well software hardware put together car than if you compare it to something like a Tesla. So kudos to the XPeng team, but yeah, can't wait to do long road trips and tests in this particular car when it finally lands in the next probably month, 6 weeks, something like that.
Yeah. Paul was pretty confident that it was going to be pretty soon. Within, if not this quarter, early next quarter. So we'll see. But you're right, Riz. This vehicle has been designed to basically take on the Tesla Model Y. It's quite clear. It's the software is the visualizations, all the menus, and it's got a little display built in behind the steering wheel, the instrument cluster embedded in the dash. So that's something a lot of people want and have not bought a Tesla because of the fact it doesn't have a instrument cluster screen. This has definitely got one. Very high resolution, pretty responsive. I didn't try the autopilot or the X-Pilot at the time of this test. I only had about 20 minutes to drive, half an hour. So, but Paul has promised me a longer loan, and as Riz said, we'll try to go for a long drive, test all those features out, go for a very detailed walkthrough. So that should be coming up on the channel as soon as we get the first batch of cars in Australia. So no prices yet, Riz, but strongly hinted at under $60,000, hopefully for both variants, if not hopefully the base variant in Australia, which would be very compelling for sure. So yes, steer clear. Yes, no frunk, unfortunately. So you're losing a bit of storage there at the front, as Sam has said. No glove box apparently too. I don't know. I don't use the glove box too often these days. I've got to be frank with you. I'm not defending the car, but I don't use a glove box a lot. That's one drawback, I guess. Needs a dealer network. Yeah, I think it's going to be probably franchise dealership model, I think.
Yeah, my understanding is it's one of the premium vehicle dealers that will be coming on board to support this. Those of you that got the test drive invite in your email if you're in Sydney, you guys and girls would have seen where this car is available. So it's one of those premium dealership groups, and yeah, who knows? I mean, this is just a start, right? Like, we've got to be kind to them too. It's going to take them a little bit of time to establish their network, but as long as they have, one location in at least each major city to begin with, and then they figure out a way of servicing these vehicles as soon as they get onto the road. I think it's I think it would be a good sort of way to launch into the market and then grow according to where the needs are and demands are of their customers.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway, it looks very promising. The price will hopefully drop soon, and then we'll definitely do a full review of this car, and I'll definitely compare this to the Model Y in full detail. It'll be very interesting to see side by side. So, yeah, if you're in Sydney, if you want to see what a good alternative is to a Tesla Model Y, this is, as Riz said, for me anyway, as close as I've ever seen to that vehicle. And I think it'll give Tesla a run for its money. I don't often say that because there's a lot of Model Y quote-unquote killers out there that the media have reported on over the years, but this is, hand to heart, the closest I've seen so far, so you'll be all very surprised. Okay, moving along. So maybe these should be standard at every Tesla Supercharger. Looks like a pizza machine. In Germany. Riz, the Germans get very excited, don't they? We've witnessed that this week. Look at them. Far out. I can only read their body language, but I'm sure they're enjoying that pizza. And coffee. See, yeah, that's all we need. Amenities like that next to a Tesla Supercharger or any DC fast charger for the matter, just to pass the time when your car's charging. Very good. Okay, just speaking of Tesla Superchargers, so we're seeing more Superchargers pop up across the country, which is great. This is the one closest to me now. Chatswood V4 Tesla Superchargers in Chatswood Place, open and ready to go, and able to charge non-Tesla EVs as well. So good to see. Also near my area is the Woolworths DY with V3. Now, this is quite curious. Good signage, though. But why V3s, Riz? Unusual in this day and age. I would have thought V4s. Weird, right?
Maybe this site was... I'm not sure if this was funded by the state government. I mean, V4s, they're putting them in places where they do need the longer cable, make it easier for non-Teslas to charge. But, Charles may know a bit more on whether this charger was planned or it was part of a grand program or not. But I think from the looks of things, this could be their last stock available, I don't know, of the V3s, because all the global announcements that they put on their Tesla charging Twitter or X account seem to be all V4s now. So very few V3s coming online, and this is one of them, Tom, as you said.
Yeah, I'll go and have a look at that. But with the V3 cables, it's very hard to charge a non-Tesla EV if it's on the wrong side of the car. So, well, I shouldn't say wrong side. The other side of the car if it's not on the back left corner. Cool. All right. Well, let's take some comments from the audience. Thanks for watching, guys. 138 viewers, 40 minutes in on a Friday night. So good of you guys to show up and support me and Riz. Live streams are better with an audience. Charles says, did the VW ID Buzz announcement make it into your show notes for tonight? Oh, okay. I did not know that. Let's have a look. Was it launched in Australia, Riz? I don't know. Let's see.
Yeah, not sure. Well, Charles, as you know, VW has made many false announcements, but this could be the full legit one. We'll have a look.
Yeah, I just googled it, and our friends at EV Central are reporting that yes, ID Buzz arrives in Australia. This is 5 hours ago, thanks to Toby Hagen. Any pricing? Let's see. 91,387. Interesting. Oh no, sorry, that's the luxury car threshold. My apologies.
I think it's up
Um,
there, Tom. 87,990.
Here we go. 87,990. Okay, under the luxury car threshold. Okay, so that's the entry level. ID Buzz. I saw a few of these in the UK on my trip, and they do look pretty cool on the road. Saw a family with one actually at a grid serve charger. Here we go. This is another bit of marketing, promoting the lifestyle Riz, as we saw with the smart #5. ID Buzz promoting that loving family by the coast, by the car. It's good. 7-seat EV.
Oh, okay.
Yep. It looks good, I must say. I like it. I like vans. Interesting.
Oh,
Panoramic
typical
sunroof.
Volkswagen options.
Yes, that's right.
$3,300 for a panoramic sunroof.
Gosh.
$1,900 for 21-inch wheels.
Do you want bigger wheels? It might reduce your range.
Yeah.
So 84 kilowatt hour battery, smaller than the smart #5. Claiming 430 to 487 WLTP. 360 camera, 12.9-inch infotainment screen, 9-speaker sound system. Star package, yep. Oh, in red too. Ooh, you got a red performance Model 3, Riz?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
GTX from 109,990. Oh,
Wow, it's up there. Okay.
so what have they said? Is it this year? Is it here? Is it?
Let's scroll up a bit. Landed Down Under, offered in 3 models. Don't know.
Okay.
Don't know.
Right.
Let's see. Okay. Now, I know one was spotted in Sydney. I'll just pull that up, actually. I think our good friend Mark.
Oh, yes. Mark Lampard saw one.
Yes, and this is some next level spy photo here. Look at this. He tagged me and Riz on LinkedIn. This is in Alexandria, I think, on the Audi, top of the rooftop of the Audi dealership. There you go. Let's see South Downing Street, I think. Yeah, there. So that's an ID Buzz. I don't know who took that shot, but that's pretty impressive. Nice. All right, so there you go. It's confirmation that there's an ID Buzz in the country. News that it's got a price, so who knows? Might be your local VW dealership soon.
I've also heard whispers that some VW dealers are putting charging infrastructure at the dealership. So who knows what that means? But, I guess in anticipation of this, the ID4, maybe the ID5, possibly ID3. Who knows? VW, you've just got to get the cars here.
That's right. Cupra, Born's here. We saw you with the Tavascan, Riz. So, it's all happening. Apparently, Zax Roland says it'll be here in December, apparently.
Okay,
So,
cool.
not far away. Another test drive to do over the summer. Should be good. Should be good. I've only had a split windscreen, of course. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Unlikely. Like the old combi van. Charles says, would love an ID Buzz. Looks so awesome, I agree. Has been my favorite non-Tesla EV for about 6 years now. Yep. Need to see one converted to a combi camper. Yep.
Actually, Charles, we need to get you into a Zeekr 009.
Oh.
That car is next level.
Yeah.
So yeah, that will be here before the end of this year as well. So we'll see. Like, it's someone that when we went to China with Zeekr, one of the very respectable journalists said that it's Bentley level comfort and seating in the 009, and the performance, it's also Bentley level when it comes to performance on a track, given what sort of a vehicle that is. So Tom, you got to drive in one. What did you think?
Oh, it was so comfy, Riz. You're right. It's like captain's chairs on the inside. And we had I had someone in the car with me when I drove it around the track pretty quickly. And there's like it was so comfy for me, but also comfy for the passenger. He was being quite honest too. The chap in the car, he didn't look sick. There was hardly any roll, just going around the corners there. So yeah, they must do something pretty incredible with the damping of the suspension as they turn corners and stuff. So yeah, looking forward to testing that on our roads.
So ID Buzz, Zeekr 009, potentially only whispers. BYD's premium brand Denza
Yes.
has launched in Hong Kong with, I think it's called the D9, the people mover that they've got, luxury people mover. XPeng X9, we saw that at the Melbourne
Yes.
EV show.
That looks pretty
Um,
cool.
So 2025 could possibly be the year of
Oh,
luxury MPVs, and then you'll have, I guess, the ID Buzz as well as not sure how luxurious it would be, but it's definitely nostalgic and has a big following. So all EVs are good EVs, and yeah, keep them coming.
Riz, I'm gonna have to give up my day job. I need someone to pay me what I'm paid now, so I can review all these cars next year. Seriously, there's too much. There's only one of me. There's only one of you. There's only how many hours in a week? We can't do this alone. Seriously, there's a lot going on.
Look, if any of you brands are listening, we've got we're basically our brand sponsorships opened. So just send them through because yeah, we need to get these cars reviewed, and with our day jobs, we can't do that at the same time.
It's very hard. Joe asked, did you see the new video that dropped from Elliot, Elliot Richards, about the Nita S Hunter shooting brake wagon? Oh, okay. We'll check that out later on.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to that one. I think that's one of the first cars to have CATL skateboard battery design architecture, where apparently, and I haven't seen the whole video, so apparently, from what I've read about this battery and what CATL is trying to do, is they're saying to manufacturers, it's sort of a skateboard model. We'll design everything else. All you got to do is put on the top hat on top of it and whatever interior you want. So CATL is really looking at how they can value add and basically get even Tom and Riz to make an EV out of it because they will do everything else.
Ludicrous EV. Let's do it. Or Ludicrous Carloop EV.
Yeah.
Collaboration. Special edition only for you guys. That's right. Looks good. Yep. All right, let's push on. The night is getting on. So we've got more superchargers opening up across Australia. We've got one in Port Campbell, close to 12 Apostles. Hey, that's nice. This is Apollo Bay, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, on the way.
Yep. Nice. 4 superchargers. That would have been great when I did my trip a couple of years ago. But 4 superchargers in Port Campbell, that'd be so good. So if you ever do that trip, anyone, this is one to stop at.
I've heard power has been really hard to get down that way, and that's why it was a bit of a dead zone. But yeah, great to see now. I think it will just get easier and easier.
Yep. You don't need to drive up to, is it Colac anymore and then back down again? So this is good. Keep going. So this is good news. According to supercharge.info, there are now 100 supercharger locations open across Australia, 480 stalls in total, 305 open to other EVs at 50 locations. How good is that? That's more than half of the stalls open to non-Tesla EVs. Fantastic. Just Superchargers still in 2024 is the best network in Australia. It's the most reliable by a country mile, and so many at each location, even if one's broken, which I've rarely seen. Even if they're full, high turnover, that's what you want. Very good. So even better, there's one near me with which can charge non-Tesla EVs. So I can now test all these cars coming to Australia on a Tesla Supercharger close to home. RACV unveiling new chargers at Ballarat. Here we go. Looks like a Campbell.
Yeah. Now I saw some commentary on that photo right there, the second one there, Tom. Apparently 4 bays and can't really get unless are those chargers in place now and operating? I guess they are.
I guess so. I mean, there's a screenshot there.
Yeah, so the second photo right there, Tom, there's 4 bays at that site.
Oh, yes.
And it appears that
oh,
they
no.
put the chargers on.
Who made that decision? Seriously.
I don't know. I'm worried. Are they supposed to be in place like that, or are they?
I mean, I've seen them stretch, but surely maybe that one can stretch over there. But come on, that's not great economics.
Can't reach the other side of that. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh gosh, that's not good. Okay. I don't know. Maybe
Unless
someone
they'll change the bays. But that looks like a Woolworths bay or something like that next to it. Maybe big W.
Oh yeah, you're right. Hopefully it'll be these 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll make more sense. And maybe move that one over there. Ooh, okay, maybe that's where the power's from. Look, I don't know. Someone will hopefully tell us. Oh, thanks, Charles. Sorry to clarify that. Port Campbell was separate to Apollo Bay. I don't know my Victorian geography that well, so Apollo Bay is still planned apparently. So that's good. The more the merrier. Okay, Rowan. Thanks, Rowan. I think Rowan's from the RACV. Yes. Yes. 2 out of 4 installed.
Oh, right. There's more coming.
Thanks, Rowan. More coming is good. More coming is good. And he says, hello, Friday night live show. Yes, that's right. Thanks for joining us, Rowan. Appreciate it. Cool. And John X says there are 450 chargers already open. The 350 kilowatt ones are still coming. Cool.
Right. Cool. Explains it. See, our audience are the eyes and ears of what's going on down there.
Correct. We can't be everywhere. Contrary to popular opinion. Riz is sometimes everywhere. I cannot be everywhere. He's got running shoes. Mark B says they are charger replacements. Tritiums are gone. Yay. Just quietly. Ross says I've seen 2 Ampol servos in Brisbane with netting up stating EV charging coming. Great.
We saw one, and when we were on our little drive.
Yes, we did
in
too.
Brisbane. So
I think I captured that on camera. So yeah, watch that one. It's coming soon. Oh, we'll keep going with Supercharger news. So Alex has been tagging me and Riz. I think he's doing he had already done a Sydney to Adelaide trip, and passing the new Hay Supercharger, which is I think an inland gateway to Adelaide, which is good. Complete with BYD seal was charging on that. It's good to see. That's good. It must be a new seal, Riz. Obviously a post March 2024 seal charging, which is good. Yeah, getting pretty good rate. 198 kilowatts. Fantastic.
Hey.
So good. And I think he also I think documented the trip. Let's see. Here we go. Very kindly laid out to the entire journey for us. So all the charging stats too. That's great. Thank you for doing that. That's really, really handy. And that's the route now inland from Sydney to Adelaide. So Sydney, I assume that's Wagga maybe, and then all the way across to Mildura. So that's good. Nice and easy across the inland now, which is good. As opposed to having to come through Melbourne or Bendigo or Ballarat. It's great. And sampling the RAA network in South Australia. They look great, don't they, Riz? RAA chargers.
Really stands out, and their branding seems to be on par, and using Chem Power units along with AC backup. So I think since a lot of the sites have come online, we've heard nothing more than just positive feedback around their network and how it's all running. So bit of a good news story, that one.
Yeah, absolutely. They've gone from bottom of the class to almost top of the class, I would say. All right, well done. And look at this beautiful sunset here. I think Alex, this photo, you need to license this photo to RAA. Seriously, it's matching the color scheme as well. Yeah, don't lose that opportunity. Fantastic. They should use that with all their promos. What a good photo. Good to see AC backup too. That's really handy, actually, for DC charging. Great setup. Good stuff for RAA. Very good. I'm not sure if there's tap and go with credit card. If it was, it'd be next level. Cool. We'll keep going for now. And just one more thing about charging. So I think we spoke about this last Wednesday about remember the greatest test drive EV Direct were doing with BYD cars, giving away free chargers. Yep. So one of our viewers kindly sent us this photo. So EV Switch, you can actually buy these now. They were being advertised, I think, for $500 maybe a couple of years ago. Inflation, right? So $1,000 now. Apparently. Oh no, sorry, I apologize. They're valued $1,000, but they're 500. There you go. All right, so correction.
I don't entirely understand this. So they were originally introduced as the cheapest chargers. They're finally in stock now. They've been giving away some of them with, I think, the Dolphin for limited time, and then the Seal on certain days, like those world's greatest test drive or whatever event they organized. But then, they're promoting it as free, but then it's $4.99 on special and $9.99 is this normal price. I don't know. It's a bit confusing for everyday sort of EV drivers to make a decision on what's the real price. What do you pay, or do you just wait for a free one?
I'm not sure. They look matte here, right? But then you look at
Yeah.
the actual photo. It
The
looks
gloss.
gloss, yeah. I mean, if that was matte black, I'd take one. Maybe even that one. Like if it's a chromey kind of brush metal.
Do you remember, Tom, that Tesla Gen 3 wall connectors had well, I think they have faceplates.
Yes, that's right. Yep.
So they had different ones. I hope Tesla, and because that is one of the more popular home chargers as well.
Mm,
Hopefully, you can get faceplates for this charger and the Tesla ones.
mm.
That maybe they should do it. Every couple of months they should have a new one that comes out. But then again, might be harmful from an environmental point of view. But those that want it, it's a cool thing. Customize
Yeah.
your chargers.
That's right, modular, indeed. Let's take some comments from the audience. So, yep, Sydney EV says, still need to fill the gap between Dubbo, Broken Hill, and Adelaide. Yep, definitely, we're getting there. And Stan agrees, RA is fantastic. Yes, he's got some RA charging videos on his channel, so thanks, Stan. And yes, he says, just tap and charge Fox card at RAA. Okay, they are tap and go, credit card capable as well. That's good. Question from CB Genesis, purchased a new Model 3 Highland, ready to pick it up on the 10th. Congratulations. Very excited. Any video of yours you recommend? Watch them all. Every single one of them. Watch them all. I don't know. Like maybe watch some of my road trip ones just to get an idea of what it's like to charge your vehicle. But yeah, I don't know. Just I'm sure your algorithm will decide for you if you just Google that stuff. And look at the accessories too. You may want to buy some too. Yeah. Charles says people were so negative about RA this time last year. That's correct. They've done nothing, not realizing that 90% of fast charger installation is behind the scenes. Less than 1 year later, they're almost done. Yeah, I was one of them actually. We were talking about this on the show.
Likewise.
There was no movement. So, but I'm glad it's here now. So, congratulations, RAA. Tassie Evie says WA charging network needs security cameras. Yeah, no, that's fair. I think all of them need security cameras. It needs to be safe for people to go and charge at these places. Sometimes they're in the back corner of a car park. Not good. All right. Just quickly run through some more stories. So we've got Tesla Radi reporting that Tesla has gained another megapack contract in Australia to expand an existing storage site. Okay. Expansion will double the size of what is currently Queensland's largest battery project. Good to see Tesla investing in our regional areas with batteries. Now, I was going to talk about... Okay, so speaking of test drives, we've got another Geely brand doing test drives. So this is a Sino-Chinese Geely brand. This is... Sino-Swedish a Geely brand in Polestar, offering Polestar 3 test drives across the country. There you go. And there's a new showroom opening in Artarmon, looks like. Polestar 3 Artarmon, so watch this space. It's coming. I think we were speculating about this last year, Riz, about where Polestar's going to put their showroom in Sydney. So there you go. They're giving themselves away in Artarmon. Coming soon. So Polestar 3 is coming up for test drives and not Polestar 4 yet. I quite like the look of the Polestar 4 from what I saw in Melbourne. This is going to be a quite a nice looking vehicle. Yep. Cool. Okay, let's keep going. And Hyundai confirms Inster EV for Australia.
Yes. So it's a smaller, I guess, smaller sort of electric hatchback. It'd be cool to see when it does come. We're still waiting, I guess, for something slightly larger like the Kia EV5 from Kia. But yeah, this would be one of the coolest looking cars. Not sure about its pricing, given what we've seen previously from the Hyundai on EVs when it comes to pricing. It is slightly on the premium end. So, what do you think would be an acceptable price with all this competition coming in now, Tom?
Oh gosh, is it okay? I'm trying to pick the size of this thing. What is it? 4.2?
So,
do you think? A bit smaller?
If you look at, I think that fully charged sort of video thumbnail to the left there, you can sort of see someone leaning over the bonnet, and
Oh yes,
it is a slightly
that's
smaller.
Jack.
Yeah, Jack from Fully Charged.
But Jack's quite a big bloke though, so yeah. I don't know. Is it 2 doors? Looks like it's 2
I
doors.
think it's supposed to be 4.
Oh, okay. So where are the door handles? Oh, here we go. It's on the side
Yeah,
of the
up
car.
at the top,
Yeah,
I think.
on the D pillar. Yeah, C pillar. Yeah, right. I'm assuming this is 4.2 or smaller. So with the Chinese coming with a smart #1, which is like what 50 something, you would think in an ideal world, it would have to be 50 and under, but we know the Koreans tend to price their vehicles a bit higher. So, yeah, ideally 50 Riz, 50K.
Yeah, anything under that would be good.
Yeah, that's right. So, yeah, watch this space. It's possibly coming soon, or at least confirmed in Australia, which is great. Again, our day jobs are looking at risk, Riz. Need to review all these
That's
cars
it.
somehow. Oh, dear. All right. Not a bad problem to have. Ausgrid rolling out curbside EV chargers on power poles. Good to see. More the merrier for those without off-street parking. We know Rahul used to be on the show. He doesn't have off-street parking at home, so this would be ideal for someone like him. And a lot of people living in the inner city in Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane without off-street parking. We need more of this in neighborhoods like that. So, cool. Let's keep going. Now, we had Roland commenting earlier on the live stream, so he's saying that VW ID4 spotted charging in St. Peters, New South Wales, left-hand drive test vehicle. GTX badging, top spec. December 2024, as he said.
Pricing of this car, like, what would the market bear, right? Like, we've seen Ford with their Mustang Mach-E, great car. They launched it, and I think it was something like in its 70s as a starting price, but they've cut it multiple times, once even before the customer deliveries began. So Volkswagen, I know they haven't told us anything apart from that it's coming for the last 3 years. But yeah, if this car is priced anything above 60, I know that's the GTX, but we're talking starting prices for their lower end models. Then it's pretty much game over. Like, you know, you need a car, and then so much new competition. We've got the XPeng, which is similarly sized. We've sort of touched on the #3, the Zeekr X. All of those cars are going to start under sort of 60 grand. We've seen Deepel, Chang'an Deepel 07, Volvo EX30, slightly smaller car starting at under 60,000. So yeah, the competition is growing. And yeah, they need to really think about their pricing if they want to kick any goals when they launch eventually.
So I saw these in the UK just on my road trip a couple of times. In fact, more than a couple of times. It's fairly common in the UK. I mean, it doesn't like get me too excited. It just looks like a small to medium-sized SUV. It's 4.5 meters in length, so it's slightly bigger than the Smart #3 that you saw earlier, and definitely smaller than the Tesla Model Y. So in an ideal world, you'd price this car somewhere in that range, right? But as you said, Riz, it's going to be hard for VW to compete. There's a lot of competition in that space at the moment. It's very, very tightly held. So, don't know. Have they left the run too late, you think?
Well, in some ways, I think so as well, because I mean, this car, it's got Ampol Amp Charge branding on the left back door. So it's obviously some sort of a sponsorship car, and I think I've seen either this or the ID4 at some of the industry expos before with Amp Charge branding on it.
Yes.
And neither Volkswagen has delivered an electric car, and Amp Charge's been a bit slow on delivering what they were provided funding for. So they're both a bit in the slow lane, and they've got to speed things up because it's going to get very crowded. And before they know it, they won't have any product that consumers would want. Yep. So apart from the ID Buzz is really, really cool. But yeah, even the Tavascan that I got to see last week, I think it was, looks cool. It's quite nice, quite comfortable, based on similar sort of size to this ID5. But based on what I've seen from a pricing point of view in Europe, it's 10,000 euros more than the Model Y.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, and it's smaller too, 4.6 meters, so slightly bigger than this one. So yeah, interesting. Where do the European, where does the people's car suddenly fit in the picture? It's interesting times ahead in 2025 if this does land. Yeah. Anyway, we'll watch this space. I don't know whether VW is going to lend us a car, Riz, either the ID4 or the Buzz, but we'll try our best anyway. Maybe one of you viewers, if you buy one of these, let us know. We can come knock on your door. Promise to bring some chocolates if you want to let us drive it for a day.
German chocolates.
German chocolates, yeah. Cool. All right, let's take some comments real quick. So, what have we got here? Someone's saying GWM pulling out of Australia. Is this true?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know. A lot of
They've
hearsay
just
at the
launched
moment.
multiple new cars.
I know, right?
because GWM's launched their Tank. I know they're not EVs, but the Tank 500, which is like a Land Cruiser type of a car, at nearly half the price. So
Let's
they've just
verify
launched.
these.
Yeah,
Let's fact check
we'll
them.
keep an eye out.
Yeah. Sydney EV's upset about the Honda E no longer being made. Actually, I saw a wild one on the road the other day. It just zipped past me. It still looks very cute in my eyes. It's a cute little K EV. Is it small enough to be a K car, Riz? Or too
I
big?
think the Honda E is, and Insta is supposed to be based on the Hyundai Insta is based on a Korean, I guess, K car called the Caspa, and it's an ICE
Ah,
vehicle.
there you go.
So, maybe with Insta potentially coming, it could change, the tide a little bit. But yeah, it's a bit sad. We never got the Honda E here formally. The UK did, but it was very expensive. So I think, um, fingers crossed they do make some new ones. We did see the Nissan Sakura. I think the Good Car Company had one at the Everything Electric show earlier in the year.
Yes.
So yeah, time will tell.
That could be the last time we see the Good Car Company. We know they've not doing it anymore. No more selling secondhand used EVs from overseas. Okay, speaking of the Tavascan, so this is Richard posting this photo, which Riz was at as well with him in Melbourne, Cupra, Richmond, Melbourne showroom. Look, it does look good, I got to say. 4.6 meters, so slightly bigger than the ID4 that you saw. But I mean, I like the Cupra styling. It looks gorgeous. It looks really good, and the color schemes look like they pop. They're really nice. And this, I don't know what color they call this, but this like rosy kind of gold that cut across all their trims. Really nice.
So this was a left-hand drive model that was at Cupra Garage in Richmond, and like we saw in China, Tom, that logo that they've got at the front, the badge, it had like LED lights on the outer edges, so it
Yes.
glowed in the dark as well, which was quite cool. And this car will be coming to Australia, designed in Spain, made in China.
Yeah. Sino Spanish.
Sino Spanish.
Sino Spanish. Yeah, it's okay. Everything's made in China. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's all good. They know how to make things very well nowadays,
They do.
as we've seen. So all good. Yeah, no, it's a nice looking vehicle. I've tested the Born. I love it. It's not a hot hatch, not even a warm hatch to be honest, but it does handle well. A fun car to drive. Some issues with the software, as we know, with VW made vehicle. Well, VW did kind of collab vehicles, but hopefully the Tavascan will be a bit more improved with their launch. So might go check out the one in Sydney if they have a car there sometime. Stop hogging the cars, Riz. Ask him to bring it down here, up here.
Look, I'll have to say they have to put it onto a ship and get it expressed from China directly to the main man.
Thank you. Now, speaking of Richard, here's Richard with the Rolls-Royce Spectre. Not one, not two, but three Spectres. Come on. Yeah, Melbourne, you guys always trying to outdo Sydney. You're not satisfied with one. You want three Spectres. Great squat, by the way, Richard. I'm very impressed with this squat. Really, really nice. Very flexible. I saw a Spectre in the wild yesterday, 2 days ago, when at the XPeng, or yesterday, at the XPeng test drive. Yeah, just drove right past me. I thought, oh, is that the same one? No, someone actually owns that vehicle. Different plates. Same color. Eastern suburbs, right? So you'd expect that.
Wasn't me, Tom. I was in Melbourne. It wasn't me on that occasion.
It wasn't you. You're not everywhere at once, sometimes. Thanks, Richard. Good stuff. 3 Rolls-Royce Spectres. Yep. Apparently there's an issue with the brakes. I don't know whether you heard with the Spectre. There was a recall today.
I don't think you need to brake with that sort of car. You just go through anything. So
I've cancelled my order because of the brakes.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I just
the
can't.
brakes.
I can't even. Kangaroo Island. Stances crouching Richard hidden roller. Good stuff. I love that squat. So good. Yeah, Richard must have lived in Japan. I agree, Richard. Rowan. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, the EV influencer is off the charts. So good. Yeah, that's where it's at the moment. Now, speaking of spotting, so credit to Ray G, who spotted a right-hand drive Leapmotor C11. I think this is actually C10 BEV in Melbourne. C10. Yeah, have a look at this, Riz. So, Leapmotor, owned by Stellantis.
Yes. And
Okay.
they are apparently, this is they surprisingly announced earlier in the year that Stellantis with Leapmotor International, the joint venture, will be bringing that vehicle into the Australian market as well as a smaller one to Europe. So it's the first time we've spotted it. It's you can sort of tell in that second photo there that they've tried to tape it up a bit. So the Leap motor, because the name itself is so long, it's taped up a bit too much. So it looks a little bit like a Porsche Cayenne from the back, and fairly sleek in those photos there. Yeah, I think there is some sort of a unveil. I might have seen a post on LinkedIn from someone at Stellantis. So they've got a couple of cars in the country and likely to launch it before the end of this year. But yeah, looks very, very stylish and sleek.
So Stellantis, originally, what country in Europe? Italy? No.
I think Stellantis is it's the conglomerate that owns, like, I think, what is it? Fiat,
Yeah.
Chrysler, Jeep.
Alfa Romeo?
Yeah, I think
No,
all of them. There are too many
Okay.
brands. Too many brands.
All right. We'll just call it Sino Mediterranean. Yeah, this is Sino Mediterranean Leapmotor, this one. 4.7 meters, so Model Y size, yeah. I need these numbers in my head to gauge how big they are. It's just so many, so hard to keep track of.
Another one, Tom. So we definitely need to think about what we're going to do with our daytime jobs.
I know, exactly. Woo! Too many launches. Too much fun. Got to fund my habit somehow, and Riz's too. All right, thank you, Ray G, for posting that or sharing that with us. Appreciate it. Now, Nirav, who was up there with us in Byron, posts, interesting to see Kia has deleted the standard range EV5 from their New Zealand lineup. Might do the same for Australia, hopefully improve pricing as well. We'll see.
Oh, it sounds like they've deleted the whole EV5 from our lineup. We haven't heard anything more, so come on, Kia, get that car here, because I saw one at an industry fleet expo back in June in Sydney. So looks quite good. It's very, very stylish in person, and unlike the EV9, I did get to touch it a bit just to see what it was. It is very comfy on the inside. So yeah, Kia, it's gonna be a big hit with fleets and others that are waiting for that sort of car. So get it here, because that was also going to be the first EV coming directly from China.
That's true. Yeah, with a potential LFP battery too, right?
Yeah.
Anyway. Oh, people are telling us Stellantis is it's got its HQ in Netherlands. So it's Sino-Dutch. Stellantis is Sino-Dutch. Thank you. Yes, Stellantis, big joint outfits, Fiat Citroën, who's left Australia now, and partnership with Leap. Yep, that's correct. Thank you for that. This is why I love our audience, bi-directional education. Good stuff. Now, back to Chinese news. So we've got Zeekr. Back to Zeekr. 007 wagon, confirmed by the CEO, and launching in 2025. So Zeekr, I like the Zeekr 007, but now they've got the shooting brake version of it, which I thought was a 001, but it's a different vehicle, obviously.
Yeah. I think it's the next generation of the electric cars. So codenamed CC1E. Now that looks, from the rear, if you removed anything and you didn't tell anybody what this car was, I would think it's a Taycan Cross Turismo.
Correct.
So interestingly enough, Porsche is the only one that I can think of that still sells an electric wagon in the country.
Yeah, that's right, with the Cross Turismo.
Yeah, so this could be an addition. So if Andrew and the team from Zeekr are listening, this could be quite a unique proposition.
Andrew, I will cancel my Porsche Taycan Cross Turismo order for you if this comes into the country. Okay, hand on heart, and my rolls too. Just for the Zeekr. All right.
This is very, very, very cool. So next year they're also launching the 7X, and this one actually has the 75 kilowatt hours golden battery.
Oh, the golden battery, yes.
100 kilowatt hour Qilin or Qilin battery as well. So
5.5C,
very fast charging.
Yep. Yeah, another one that wants the rugged, adventurous look. That why not launch this in Australia again, like what Smart did, right? go back to Byron, or let's go somewhere else this time. Somewhere else adventurous. Hamilton Island.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Well, seriously though, wagons were so popular once upon a time in Australia. The Commodores, they were used as a work car. I know these are slightly more, let's call it primo or luxo wagons, but
Mm.
even a standard wagon, like we sort of need to bring that back. Surely not everybody wants an SUV.
Yeah, correct. I want a shooting brake. I love my Subaru Outback. I want something similar again in EV. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, SUVs are good, I guess, in their own right, but nothing beats a shooting brake wagon. Now, Stan says shopped a Taycan Cross Turismo last week, $217,000, I think, for base model. Whew. Again, happy to cancel my order for this.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
much better value. Yeah, staying with Zeekr. So Zeekr to launch hybrid model in H2 2025 in major
Ooh.
strategy shift. Oh, here we go. Someone's doing a BYD, launching hybrid. Flagship SUV in the second half of next year, powered by NVIDIA's Drive Thor. Oh, hello. Taking a leaf out of Polestar, Volvo. Drive Thor autonomous driving chip. Now, what's interesting, Riz, was that the Smart Hashtag 5 running on AMD Ryzen, not Qualcomm Snapdragon, which seems to be the trend at the moment with all these cars with their chips.
Before you know it, I mean, surely the next time, if anything like we had the chip shortage happens, everybody will be rating cars and getting these high performance chips out. It's it's crazy the power that these car infotainment chips have nowadays. Probably more than a lot of the gaming consoles from a couple of years ago. So that market is heating up. So basically, like it's been a big year of knowledge for, I guess, Tom and myself. And one of the things we've learned, Chinese love their new ADAS. They love the big screens. They love these faster processors. And it seems to be the thing. And if given they're selling the most amount of EVs, we're gonna see the same trend.
That's right. And I think at the Smart Hashtag 5 launch, they were saying the chip is so powerful that they need it to be liquid cooled, which I thought was quite amusing. So, obviously they love their glamping and sitting around in the cars. And I think even someone said in my video, the XPeng G6, in China anyway, you can project a gaming console into the screen, I think,
Right.
for the XPeng, which is pretty cool. I'll have to test that here. I'm not sure it's available here or not, but I don't know. If you like spending time in your cars, then that's something worth doing, I guess. Yeah, Sydney EV wants Tesla to offer an MCU upgrade. I don't think that's going to happen, mate. I really don't. I think Elon's already said that to people. It's not going to be backward compatible. The new HW4. I don't know. It's a shame because these cars are meant to be, well, not meant to be, but they're set up to be modular in some way. Like, take an old part out, put one in, instead of wasting money to buy a brand new one. Anyway, we'll see. He will pay. I'm sure you'll pay. Tassie EV says the 007 looks good and is not, and is it shaken, not stirred? Well, yes, we'll see. We will see. All right. Oh, here's something I want to share with you guys. So this was on a video for the BYD Seal Dashcam installation that I did. This is a comment, quite interesting. So someone obviously saying, yes, useless dashcam, doesn't have parking mode, no remote access, blah, 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 the usual. But then Andrew Knight here says, yes, you can record remotely using the BYD app by turning on the air conditioning in your car. Hey, presto, suddenly you've got Sentry Mode for the front camera of your BYD Seal. So that's a nice little hack. Thanks, Andrew. I like it. Turn on the air conditioning remotely, you're recording. Nice. Now, Riz, you mentioned something about Chang'an earlier. So Chang'an from China making Thailand its major overseas EV production base. Good to see.
This is courtesy to Chris Quinn, who is a big fan of the show, and he shared that with me this week, saying, "Hey, stuff's happening in Thailand." So Chang'an will be, I think, after BYD, and I think it's GAC Ion that has a plant there. So Chang'an, who's bringing the DeepL 07 to the Australian market, and I guess possibly Avatar as well now, which is a Huawei, I believe, joint venture. So Chang'an knows how to build cars, and if they're making plants in Thailand, they are very likely to be coming to Australia with those products.
Yeah, so here's the here is the 07 S07. Again, length 4.7, same as the Model Y, 4.75 actually. So again, another car built to challenge the Model Y. Looks almost like a Solterra BZ4X actually, just from the side, just the dimensions there. But yeah, as you said, Riz, it's possibly coming to Australia, so one to look out for. Again, one to quit the day job for to try to test. 2025. Wow, it's gonna be a hot mess next year, isn't it? All these cars coming in.
You'd be very busy, Tom. You'll have to. We're also looking for a couple of interns. So if
Yeah.
anyone's interested to just do the day-to-day grind and you can go and test drive cars, let us know.
We don't pay that well. In fact, we won't pay at all. But
Oh,
we'll send you our love.
times are tough.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, that's the Deepal 07, S07. Sorry, looking forward to seeing that. And on that note, I think we will end it there because that's pretty much a wrap this week, at 10:23 on Friday, the 30th of August. Lots to chat about, Riz, as always. Let's take a couple more comments. Any update on Juniper? I think was there a leaked photo somewhere this week? Somewhere?
I'm not sure about this week, but I probably missed it anyway. But I think that hopefully we'll see a few more. And we saw that with the Model 3 Highland. The closer it got, the more leaks came out. So we'll be keeping an eye out for those in the coming sort of weeks and leading up to October, when I guess the Tesla Cybercab and maybe a couple of other products are supposed to be unveiled. That is supposed to be a product unveil event. Tesla hasn't done that for a while. So yeah, we'll keep an eye out. But I'd say Juniper, they'll sort of launch it quietly like they did with the Highland.
Yeah, that's right. So lots to look forward to. And I think we saw the leaked photo of the Model 3. It was like 6 months before it launched here in Australia, or at least the what do you call it? The configurator opened up. So we shall see. Once we see a leaked photo, I think we won't be too far away. Oh, here we go. This I'll just share this one real quick. So this was July 8th. So there was a leaked photo there of the Juniper. I don't know if that's real or not, but we'll see. Yeah, I think it's probably next year, like you said. Okay, so here we go. What else we got here? Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. And Justin asked, what's my real day job? I work in the medical industry, so I am a doctor by day. Yeah, so thanks, Justin. I do love my job, but I also love doing this as well. So if only I can do both. I could be everywhere at once, Riz. I need to learn your secret somehow.
That's it. We'll make it happen. It's called living in an alternate dimension at the same time. So we're actually not on this live stream at the moment. It's
Simulation.
But, no, it should be a very exciting 6 months ahead, and also sort of next year. Zeekr 7X launching, multiple other premium and I guess more affordable EVs coming to the market. And that's not to say what I guess MG may or may not do with their electric only IM brand that they are launching into Europe, which we may get. So lots happening, and stay tuned to Ludicrous Feed Live. And thank you for joining us on a Friday night.
Indeed. Thanks, Riz. Thanks, everyone. And yeah, have a great night. We shall see you hopefully next Wednesday, if all goes well. Thanks for joining in. So thanks, Riz. I'll see you next time. Cheers. Happy charging.